Use headphones for better experience. So, this happened last week. My phone buzzed. It was a message from someone I hadn't heard from in months. Hey, can you help me with this project? It's kinda urgent. I was already drowning in work. I hadn't eaten properly. I was exhausted. I needed to rest. But guess what I said? Sure, no problem. Why? Because saying no made me feel guilty, like I was being selfish, like I might lose their respect. Or worse, they might stop liking me. Sound familiar? If you've ever said yes when your heart was screaming no, you're not alone. And today we're going to talk about why we do this and how it's quietly wrecking your confidence. Let's be real. You've probably been the go-to friend, the one who listens, who helps, who shows up, even when you're tired, even when it costs you. You want to be liked. You don't want to be a burden. You don't want to be that difficult person. But here's the truth no one told us in school. Always saying yes doesn't make you kind. It makes you invisible. Because the more you abandon your own needs, the less you recognize yourself in the mirror. It's like being stuck in a role you didn't audition for, the nice one. But what's the cost? Burnout, resentment, anxiety, and eventually you forget what you even want anymore. Let's break that down and figure out what's really happening in our brains. All right, let's dive in. Psychologists call this people-pleasing behavior, and it often comes from one root emotion: fear. Fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being good enough, usually childhood. If you grew up in an environment where love felt conditional, like you had to be good to get affection, you may have learned that your needs were less important than others. So you adapted. You became helpful, quiet, agreeable. It wasn't weakness, it was survival. Your brain is wired to avoid pain, especially social pain. Studies show that social rejection activates the same areas in the brain as physical pain. Yes, being left out or criticized literally hurts. So when someone asks you for help, even if you don't want to, your brain whispers, say yes, stay safe, don't make waves. And over time, that becomes automatic. It's like emotional armor. You wear it to feel safe, to belong, but armor gets heavy. And here's the trap. The more you say yes to please others, the more disconnected you become from your true self. You start to think, if I say no, they'll hate me. If I set a boundary, I'll hurt them. But what if none of that is true? Let's pause. Ask yourself this: who are you trying to protect? Because sometimes we're not just afraid of losing them, we're afraid of facing ourselves. We fear silence, rejection, disapproval, because deep down, we've tied our worth to being useful. That's not your conscience, that's conditioning. And maybe, just maybe, your inner child still believes that being needed is the same as being loved. So, how do we stop? How do we learn to say no without guilt? Second one, recognize the pattern. Notice your automatic yes. Pause. Ask yourself, am I agreeing out of fear or desire? If it's fear, take a step back. Texas 2. Practice small no's. Start with safe people. Say, I'd love to, but I'm not able to right now. You don't owe long explanations. No is a complete sentence. Habit 3. Redefine what kindness means. Being kind doesn't mean self-sacrifice. Real kindness includes yourself too. You're not selfish, you're setting boundaries. Habit 4. Reparent your inner voice. Talk to yourself like someone you love. When guilt shows up, say, it's okay to put myself first. I am still enough. You're allowed to disappoint others to stay true to yourself. And the people who truly value you, they won't leave because you said no. They'll respect you more. If this hit home, if you've been stuck in the loop of yes for way too long, I want you to drop a comment below that says, no is enough. Let's make that our reminder, together. And if this made you feel seen, share it with someone else who needs to hear it, because you never know who's struggling behind that smile. In the next video, we're talking about something even deeper. Why you feel guilty for resting. Hint, it's not laziness, it's your trauma response. Until then, protect your peace. You deserve to exist without constantly earning love. See you next time.